Live Smoke-Free has developed a 3-part toolkit to assist owners and managers in adopting a smoke-free policy. The first step is to consider the advantages. As we discussed in the first part of this video, there are good reasons to go smoke-free. Contribute to the health of your residents. Reduce your vacancy rates and your cleaning costs. Reduce your chances of a disastrous fire. Reduce your risk of lawsuits. This portion of the video deals with the second and third steps of adopting a smoke-free policy. Here we will show you how to plan and implement your new healthier, cleaner, and safer environment.
I was at a Stephen Scott property managers meeting, and Smoke-Free did a demonstration on how a community has the benefits of becoming smoke-free, and they just listed all of the reasons, and I really couldn't think of a reason not to. We didn't have that many smokers, and we were a new property, and the biggest thing was we're built on a wetland preserve, and it just seemed to go hand in hand.
No matter your situation, whether you're doing new construction, renovation, buying an existing building, or you own a building and want to adopt a smoke-free policy without structural changes, you can adopt a smoke-free policy.
We're incorporating the smoke-free policy sort of a step-by-step process. First by talking about it with the HRA board, then talking about it with residents, both in writing and doing a survey, and then having kind of an educational meeting before we even, got to the point where we said we're going to do this.
We actually did a survey of our residents, and it was a resounding 86% said yes.
With a survey, you'll find out how many residents would prefer a smoke-free building. Remember, not all smokers smoke in their apartments, and some non-smokers may allow guests to smoke. Live Smoke-Free has some sample surveys you may find useful. Not only will you be gathering information you can use as you plan on going smoke-free, you'll also be alerting residents to impending changes.
And then the next step was talking to the marketing department and our corporate office to see if they would allow us to take the steps necessary to become smoke-free, and it was overwhelming, yes, let's go for it.
After you've gathered information, you should then determine the best-case scenario for implementation. Using the phase-in method, the smoke-free policy is phased into the building over a period of months as current residents renew their leases and as new residents move in. Since many residents may be on a 12-month lease, it may take about a year for the building to be completely smoke-free. With the quit date method, the entire building becomes smoke-free on one date. You should announce the policy change to residents at least 30 days before the policy goes into effect, and inform them that they must sign a smoke-free lease addendum before the policy change. Live Smoke-Free has a lease addendum and notification letters you may use for either method.
One of the things we recommend is that landlords use a very clearly defined smoke-free lease addendum, and in the addendum they have some language that is a disclaimer that protects the landlord and basically says that the landlord is not a guarantor of a smoke-free environment. The landlord is making a best effort to provide a smoke-free environment. And the smoke-free lease addendum also states that it's up to the other tenants to inform the landlord if they're aware of a violation. Because frequently the landlord may not be on site all the time, or it could be a very large complex and their unit may be at the other end of the property from where the violation is occurring. So the residents have some responsibility to let the landlord know. As far as enforcing a smoke-free policy, it should be enforced as any other policy that the property owner has in place. Even though it may seem more problematic going into it or before you adopt it, it's very similar to a lot of others, like as far as loud noise or pets. So make sure you put everything you require of a unit resident into your lease addendum so they know the steps that are involved. You could have graduated warning letters and then a series of elevating fines. Make sure you document everything in the lease addendum or in the lease itself.
If you have residents who would like to quit smoking, you can offer them materials on smoking cessation. A few days prior to the policy going into effect, send out a reminder announcement to residents and post signs at the entrances and other places you deem appropriate. Live Smoke-Free has free signs and window clings. When you advertise your vacant apartments, be sure to include your smoke-free status. Surveys show that residents are looking for smoke-free apartments, and you'll stand out. Live Smoke Free has an online directory where your smoke-free building can be listed at no cost. Smoke-free policies are an easy and affordable way for you to improve your properties and lower your vacancy rate.
As managers and as building owners, we're taking the steps to care about our properties and safeguard them and our residents.
I would encourage property owners to go smoke-free. We have a lot of evidence that it's working for a lot of property managers, including a large percentage of public housing authorities.
Going smoke-free for Waterstone Place just seemed like the real natural and easy and right thing to do.
Smoke-free housing, healthier buildings, happier residents, a smart investment. To learn more about smoke-free housing resources in your area, visit www.mnsmokefreehousing.org/resources. To view Live Smoke Free's toolkits and other materials, visit www.mnsmokefreehousing.org/materials or call 651-646-3005.